Hey guys, so you know I'm dedicated to bringing you guys the lives when you don't get a pretty fabric backdrop behind me. Instead, you get moving boxes. So we're moving in the next couple of weeks. So that's your background, you guys, which is a little bit nuts. Today, I am starting a series of marquee letters. So you guys know that I have these marquee letters. I think most of them look like this right here. Hi guys, thanks for joining me. The marquee letters look like this, and they have some crazy pieces that look like this. And I probably get more questions about how to put together these marquee letters than any other else. And we did, back in the day, we did a series of blog posts showing you how to put together a few of the letters. So there are a few letters though that seem to get a lot of questions, and I do think after you put them together a bit, you start cutting them out, you're kind of like, okay, this clearly has to be the inside of the P. It's the tiniest one of the pieces, so it's going to go inside there. Every single time you have a piece like this, they always fold down like this. And so you end up having this little line of something, okay, like just a tab line. In this case, we know that this is going to go on a rounded piece because of the tab line. In this case right here, if you fold all of these back, you can tell that this is going to go on some kind of straight piece because it doesn't have the notches in them. So the very first step for building any of these is take your hot glue gun and glue down all of these edge pieces. Okay, so this is a longish piece. Am I going to have enough hot glue for this? That's the question. I only pulled out one extra hot glue stick, but okay, so glued down. And you can see now I have this one piece in the middle. We're going to repeat that with these little pieces down here. That this piece, once you put this piece together, you can kind of see, oh, this is going to fit right here on the outside of that P, okay? So you can get a feel for it, which is awesome. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and this is clearly going to be a rounded piece because we've got all these tabs, but let's go ahead and glue down. Let's see if I can get the glue to do what I need it to do. Glue down along that edge. Sorry guys, here we go. So I'm just gluing that piece down, flat folded here, okay? Move your tabs out of the way, because those are the things that are going to be standing straight, okay? And if you tear a bit, like I just tore that because I was not paying attention, glue down this. It's not that big of a deal. You would think after a few weeks of this, I would get used to trying to glue things while holding it up. Guys, give me some time here. It's going to take me a while to get really good at this. Okay, so that's this piece, and this piece is very clearly because we have covered the piece that goes around this way. You're going to be taking this piece and it's going to be glued all the way around like this. And then I noticed that there's a tab on the top of this one. It's like a little square tab notch. And so for this one, you'll notice there is a little square tab notch. That means that's supposed to match up with the square on this one. Okay, so I've tried really hard to give you little indicators of what things go together because it is such a crazy little piece to process. Okay, we have one last piece. This is the piece that goes on the inside of the hole to make it 3D. So this time I'm going to be smart and I'm going to glue down the non-tab side first, this side, in the hopes that my tabs are not then in the way. Notice that this tab is a straight tab. It doesn't have these tabs, which makes me recognize that this tab is for a straight edge of the letter somewhere, okay? I like to do the non-curved pieces first because it just is much easier to work with. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and glue this straight edged piece here. And it doesn't matter which side you do it as, one side's gonna be the correct side, right? Because you're gonna glue, you have two of these pieces, so you can do it on both sides, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by gluing the longest edge first. I'm really struggling with the glue sticks today, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna put a long bit of glue right there and just place that P right along that glue edge. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of glue right there. Okay, so that is now glued down for you, okay? And then the last piece is right there, okay? Okay, so there's a square right there. There's a square right there at the top. So that means I lay this tab down and somehow these two should go together. Now, I think when I originally designed it, you should have been able to fit. Do you see how I can slide those two together like that? If you do that, then you can glue it together. I didn't put so much glue on the edges of this that I couldn't slide them together. Not every single one will slide in as nicely as this P is doing for me. I think I just kind of lucked out. But now my squares are lined up, okay? And so now here's the thing. This side is my clean side, so I want to make sure and glue my tabs on the opposite side. So you can see how my tabs are right there, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push these tabs back just to make sure I have room to glue them, okay? And then I'm just gonna start with the first couple of tabs and glue them individually so that everything stays stuck as you curve it, okay? So first couple here. Okay, so you can see that I've glued pretty well along the top. So now I'm going to push this and curve it around as I glue. So you're gonna have to hold it in place a little bit. I really recommend only doing like 2 tabs at a time for this part because otherwise your hot glue will not like hold. So I'm like holding onto it to get it to move into place. And you can see it's starting to curve really nicely for me. Okay, so you'll see as I come to the end here, one of my problems is, see I have this tab right here. So we want this tab to, first of all, go out, okay? Second of all, we want it to be hidden, right? It's not very cute on the outside there. So I probably should have started with the curve, but I'm scared of the curve. So what I'm gonna have to do now to remedy this issue is I'm gonna have to pull back the tab ever so slightly from this bottom one. That way I can sneak in, and this is gonna be tricky because I'm doing this with paper, I'm gonna sneak in this tab, just slightly pull back this one. Sorry, this is a, there we go. We're in, yay! Okay, so I've got it into place, okay, and you're gonna have to glue that really, 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 really well to get it to do what you need it to do. So, hello, glue. Here I am. Let's glue that down. All right, I'm gonna glue down my final bit right here. Okay, so you have your basic letter form, but we have an interior piece right here like this. Now here's the hard part. You are going to want to go ahead and glue this one together because it's a self-imposed piece. We're correct. It's correct now. Okay, now, so you should have all these crazy tabs sticking on the outside. because it's an inside piece and I was thinking of it as the opposite. Okay, so here's the deal. All you have to do is, this is my clean side, right? So I'm gonna put it in through on the clean side, okay? Because then on this side, all we have to do is glue it in and it should be fine. And you don't even need that much glue because so much of the structure is already holding it in. You can see, like, as I'm pushing it in, so much of the structure is already even holding it in that if you wanted to use stick glue for this part, which I actually would recommend, it will keep your thing from being too bumpy and too crazy. And I have like hot glue literally everywhere, you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw a tiny bit of glue on these edges just to keep it in place and push it all the way through there like that, okay? And you can see like how cool that is as it like glues together. Okay, so here comes the easy part. So that's the tab side, you guys. There's the tab side. There's the clean side. So what you're gonna do is take your other, for me, I'm using the dots, right? So I'm gonna take these dots and I'm just gonna, here's the thing, you don't even have to use hot glue. Once again, you could use stick glue at this point because things don't need the same amount of time to dry. But because I'm doing it for you guys live, I'm just gonna put a few dots of glue just to make sure that I'm okay on it, arrange it, and put it into place. But for me, I just kind of pushed it right down in there. Okay, and that's your P, you guys. Once again, see how these are a little bit more bumpy. If you use stick glue, you won't have those issues. It will be nice and clean for you, okay? And once again, I can't tell which way is correct because I've got a reflected screen. Okay, you guys, this is being sent out. This particular P is actually being sent out to my Silhouette VIP group, which you can join for free on KarinaGardner.com or on my profile. You just swipe up and join the VIP group, and I send free files every single Tuesday, and I usually try to make them or do some kind of video to show you how to put them together. I'm really excited to do this Marque series with you. I've never done anything like this before where I've kind of done a lot of the same kind of lettering to make sure that you guys know how to make it. So make sure and join that VIP group if you want to have access to those free files. And you guys, I do this every single week. Every Tuesday, I send out a free file. And most of the time I have a live video associated with it. Okay, you guys, I will see you later.